fair use.
Earlier, we showed a clip about a young man dealing with transracial identity. Well, we've got him joining us via Facebook video chat. Please welcome Antoine Smalls to the show.
Hello, Montague. Thank you for having me on your show.
So now, Antoine,
It's Harrison.
I'm sorry. Harrison, how's your life been since we last saw you?
It's pretty good. I just came back from Charleston, South Carolina. Beautiful. I was checking out some cheap art spaces for me and a friend that I made up.
Wait, I'm sorry. Yo, this is dumb. Like, this is dumb. What? Dude, wait, did you power up? Because you look like Super Saiyan right now. Is that the Goku, Dragon Ball collection, my Like, you look like a fake Ellen DeGeneres, like a felon DeGeneres,
okay.
all right? No. You look like Drake Malfoy, dude. Bangs, my like nobody told you not to do bangs. I don't
nice tolerance.
Mr. Boy. Okay. Thank you. That is very inappropriate.
Man. Go ahead.
It's okay. Sadly, the black community, they just aren't accepting of racial diversity or anyone different for that matter.
Now, Harrison, would you say that the rap game or the hip-hop community is especially intolerant of the lifestyle you chose?
We really can't blame rap or the hip-hop culture. He's just expressing himself to the best of his ability, and I will defend his right to do that. He's telling a story or views from the streets, like a ghetto news.
Okay.
But Harrison, don't you think that the rap community and its treatment of trans people and homosexuals is indicative of a larger problem in the black community? One that makes your lifestyle unacceptable?
No way, not at all. I mean, a man wanted to turn himself into a woman, that's just unnatural, and I don't think we should have our kids thinking that that's okay. So I will support that message.
Wait, what are you saying?
I'm not into gay marriage. That is gross. Why would I ever tolerate something like that? The marriage is meant for a man and a woman, not that. That's an abomination. We no.
How can you say that with the discrimination you were just talking about? I mean,
it's the truth.
Are you crazy?
It's crazy.
That is all the time we have tonight. I'd like to thank my guests, Dr. Holt, Paperboy. Please check for her book, Transition, as well as Paperboy's mixtape, Postal, available wherever mixtapes are available. Good night.
You look like a dying palm tree, right? You look like the lost fifth Beatle, that they just don't talk about. Power up. These thinking things.
I don't care for it.
In our first lesson in this series, we discussed the dangers of keeping betrayers around us, and the end result is them having access to us, which could lead to us losing our life or being undermined, like in the case of Malcolm X. And we need to look at history to see how others have dealt with their betrayers. In the second lesson, we discussed those amongst us who envy the wealthy, the prestige, those with status and positions. They are envious of the roles of our enemies on the earth, even the power that they have over their own people. Scripture warns us not to envy our oppressors, because in the end, our oppressors shall receive their reward. We use a comedy sketch for the television show Atlanta to give us an example of what it is to envy our oppressor, in the form of a young brother named Antoine Smalls, who was saving up money to go through a racial transition where he would transform himself from a black man named Antoine Smalls to a 35-year-old white man named Harrison. We continue his story in this third video. After Antoine has had the surgery and has transitioned himself from Antoine Smalls into Harrison, the 35-year-old white man out of Colorado. Today's lesson is about those betrayers who see themselves on some level as a part of the true dominant class, just as Harrison now does. These people shamelessly seek access to gather up the crumbs from the table of this social economic system we call capitalism. Now, these betrayers, no matter how hard they try, they will never reach the level of a capitalist. And these sellout blacks are okay with that. They are content with whatever crumbs fall from masses' table, and they serve them who hate them, believing that betraying their own community is to get access to wealth and prestige and status, and to be an adopted son of the European white infrastructure, a structure built on white supremacy and exploitation of people that look like them. And these betrayers have been able to attach themselves to the current political climate, which is a climate of ultra-conservatism. We're going to discuss for a moment the rise of ultra-conservatism. This climate of ultra-conservatism didn't emerge overnight. The catalyst for many observers of history argue that the climate for ultra-conservatism began around the time of Obama's 2 terms. Many whites, you see, at that time had resentment because someone sat in the Oval Office that didn't look like them. They angered many conservative whites with the election of Obama, especially those whites who leaned towards more extreme Republican views. Many frustrated whites could not express their true feelings and anger during that time because the climate that was being pushed at that time was pushing the notion that America, and by extension the Western world, were living in a post-racial society. They pushed the election of Obama in the melanated world as proof that Europeans are willing to change with the times. But this was a ploy to expand their power and give a facelift to a system that people of color was growing tired of. The Obama deception worked out greatly for America. They were able to overthrow Gaddafi in the nation of Libya. At that time, Gaddafi was trying to build a central bank in Africa based off of the work that Kwame Nkrumah was trying to do before his government was overthrown in 1966. Gaddafi wanted to use the gold dinar as the gold standard in Africa, which would have, if successful, undermined the IMF, World Bank, and crippled the European capitalist economies because they would have had to trade with Africa moving forward at the price of the African gold standard, which would have been a dinar. Thus, Obama and Hillary Clinton undermined Africa, and by doing so, extended European hegemony in the world. Understand this, that at this particular time, people of color has become weary of Europeans, especially those coming in the name of peace, imposing in their business, be it a local or on an international level. So they couldn't have pulled off the overthrow of Gaddafi without somebody that looked like the people in Africa orchestrating it. The far-right conservatives should be pleased, especially the racist ones concerned with maintaining power should be happy. Obama was the best thing to happen to the system of white supremacy. He was the facelift the system needed, a black face to do white business in a world of color. Despite Obama being a benefit to the overall European population and infrastructure of American society. Think about the bailouts of the auto industry and the housing industry, collapsing of the subprime loans, and also big banking. The fact that he did very little for his own people, comparatively speaking, yet many conservative whites in America, despite the fact that they had to chain up their racism during the promotion of this post-racism era, conservative whites, many of them began to swell up on the inside, hiding their true feelings for 8 years. Obama not only helped the system of white supremacy, he also helped the alphabet community. Obama got the ball rolling on LGBTQ empowerment, setting them up for success throughout the coming years. And over the years, many conservatives in general began to see the influence of the LGBTQ community in their households and in the schools of their children. They watched feminism and the movement of Believe All Women and cancel culture began to mute the heterosexual male voice. Many conservatives, black and white alike, connected these things to the erosion of society. Thus, Democrats and liberals garnished the blame for this erosion, and there arose a groundswell of conservatives that believed a hard reset of Christian values was needed to correct the ills of society, with the hopes of saving a collapsing country. Now, many people were taken back by how the left side, meaning the Democratic and liberal-leaning side, and politicians have not only empowered the LGBTQ community under the administration of Biden and Harris, they read reports and watched videos of trans people reading books to elementary school children. They witnessed teachers teach their young children about things of a sexual nature, conversations that should only be held for adults. The promotion of sex change for youth made many people within this country angry and furious. I mean, think about the conversations that was going on about D. Wade, the basketball player in the Sun, who identified as being a girl or a woman. The mass media promoted these things through their movies, their commercials, their television shows, and people began to rebel against this notion of sexual freedom and the right to be whatever gender you believe yourself to be. Many people were forced into silence because of the backlash. See, the LGBT community was so empowered that to offend them was to put your livelihood in jeopardy. You could be canceled in the form of cancel culture. You could be fired from your job, and many were. Yeah, many conservatives and ultra-conservatives held their peace until Trump got back into office for the second time. So not only was people furious about the LGBTQ agenda being pushed on their community, specifically their children, they also felt like they were losing their country to foreigners because of the mass migration of them into the country under the Biden and Harris administration. So from the process of Trump running for office and being elected both times, his elections allowed for an outpouring of pent-up emotions and rage by many white conservatives, in which they were able to express their disdain for everything that happened over the span of a decade. Racism began to flourish. They doubled down on white supremacy, making no apologies for their beliefs. Their hatred mutated over the years, and their basic conservative views and principles became highly radicalized. And basically, this led to a structured witch hunt in which anything that isn't white was considered woke. Any criticism of white privilege, history, etc., was seen as an invading force. Thus, our people fighting against injustice was seen as an attack on the entirety of white society and infrastructure, everything they hold dear, meaning our people, our brothers and sisters, became the focused target of the ultra-conservative, the far-leaning conservative. You see, our people are seen by these type of people as a contamination to their system, their culture, their way of life. In this climate, some races still speak in code to one another when they mention, for example, Democrats being the issue. That's code for black people. When they talk about democratic states being the reason the economy is taking, they mean states with a large population of our people. The sad thing is that our people have joined this far-right community, the ultra-conservatives, and they reflect the same talking points. These betrayers of our people are now saying the things that the racist whites feel in their heart. Therefore, these sellouts, these coons, are the spoken reflection of the white racist heart. There are some of the more crafty races that can afford to speak in code like we just mentioned because of the growing class of our people who share their ideology coming into their fold. One such person is Officer Tatum, a man who supports the Zionists and defends the infrastructure of white supremacy. He's not alone. You have people like Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit. He is now in that far-right conservative space. It must be good money over there because many people are trending to going towards that route. Many of these people see themselves as part of the white infrastructure. And the only time these people identify as so-called black people or African American or African or Negro or else is when they are grifting their own people or trying to use their skin color to be able to strengthen some type of argument or viewpoint or position that they need their people to accept. So what is grifting? According to Oxford Dictionary, grifting is engage in petty or small-scale swindling. It means basically taking advantage of people or a group or a person. It's a disingenuous practice. And that word disingenuous, we're going to use that a lot in this lesson. Anyway, whatever the reason, they acknowledge their race if it benefits them in that particular moment and for that particular situation. But once tapping into their own identity is no longer necessary, they're back to persecuting their own people, despising their race when it's no longer convenient to pretend. A lot of times they don't openly come out and say that. It's hidden beneath their rhetoric and reflected through their actions. Sometimes they disguise their hate for their people as concern for their people. They offer hard rebuke and criticism for their people and their community, the same community that they came from in a lot of cases. Yet they place the blame solely on their people as the reason behind the destruction of the black family and the black community. This is sorcery. This is witchcraft. All of these betrayers do this. They only vary in degrees, but purposely they leave out the advantages that Europeans have due to the jump that they got over humanity and our people, due to the free labor of the transatlantic slave trade and the colonialism that follow it. And anytime the spotlight is put on the dysfunction of the so-called black community, little to no light is brought up by the betrayers concerning the circumstances that led to the collapse of the so-called black family and black community. They either completely fail to mention the role of Europeans as a whole, slavery, colonialism, and imperialism, or they minimize the impact of the things that they have done to our people. For example, these people will mention the crack epidemic in the black community without mentioning that the people themselves didn't create crack. but some outside force created crack, then flooded the so-called black community with this cheap high produced elsewhere. And after crack was created, they shipped it on boats and flown it over on planes and put it into our neighborhoods. These people do not mention how abandoned cars were found in our neighborhood full of weapons, high-powered weapons. Both crack cocaine and high-powered weaponry flooded our communities simultaneously, and the powers that be speak to this matter as if it was a coincidence. Nor do they mention the lack of jobs or economic equality, leading to high rates of poverty that made our people desperate. Once the business of crack cocaine became a flourishing business in the black community, the government stepped in to save the day. And under Bill Clinton and Biden, the crime bill emerged and a war on drugs were declared. I want you to ponder this for a moment. In this situation, you had fathers and mothers, sons and daughters strung out within our community on this drug, leaving the children to suffer in the aftermath. And if that's not bad enough, then these new laws begin to lock up the men in the neighborhood. And if that is not enough, then you had Bill Clinton dismantling food stamps and government assistance, which had an impact on the black community. Next, I want to play a short clip from a movie called Jungle Fever that came out in the 90s. And Samuel L. Jackson played a bass head named Gator. And this is one of the best examples of how families was dismantled by crack cocaine. I apologize for the cursing that you're going to hear, and it's going to be a violent component to this video, but it's very important for us to kind of see this, because many people today, especially the young people, they didn't really see crack at its height in the 90s. But this is what it looked like. This is what crack looked like when it was tearing apart our families. Fair use.
What is all this shit? Where's the money? Why you tripping like this? Why don't you just give me the money?
I told you, honey, you won't find no money in that pocketbook. I haven't got any money. Not the kind of money you looking for.
$20? Is that all the money you got?
Oh my God.
$20 ain't shit.
For the love of sweet Jesus, please go. Oh, no.
Boy, didn't I tell you never to set foot in my house again?
Where's the money? Why you hiding it?
Let him
Have
go.
you lost your natural mind as well as your soul? Didn't I tell you never to darken my door again?
Oh, the Gator's leaving. He's got his
I
money.
ain't going nowhere.
All right. All right. I'll put you out.
See, Mama, if you gave me the money, I'd have been gone before he came back. Now give me some money.
God knows, Gator. If I had any money, I'd give it to you.
You got money in this house, Mama. Give it to
Give
me.
this house you want. Take it. Take it, honey.
You
can
got
sell
more
it.
money than
You can
$20?
sell it. Look here. You see this? You can sell it. You can get money.
I don't want that shit. I want some money.
My own flesh and blood, my firstborn son, and I love you. But you're evil and you're better off dead.
All right, all right. I'm leaving.
Take it. Take it. Sell it.
Devil's work is never done. The devil is always busy.
Mama, check out this new step. I made this one up just for you.
I paid a lot of money for these, honey. Take them. Take it. Sell it. Sell it. Take it. Sell it for me. For God's sake, please go.
I'll pray for you, my son. Father, I stretch my hands to thee.
Oh! Oh!
The ocean might door. Said he would come. The rain said he would.
You hurt!
Hopefully you can see why I wanted to leave this scene as it is. Any adjustment would have taken away its potency. Many of us had some version of Gator in the family, if not in our families, definitely in our community. Now we see a lack of sympathy and empathy for our plight by these emerging black conservatives. Many of these people's arguments are rooted in disingenuousness and willful ignorance. How else are we sympathizing for whites during the opiate epidemic and not our people during the crack epidemic? Some of these people realize that there's a payday to speak against their own people. Simple as that. While others are aligned with the far right's viewpoints and rhetoric. So what does it mean to be disingenuous? According to Oxford Languages Dictionary, disingenuous is not candid or sincere, typically by pretending that one knows less about something than one really does.